My name is Justin Anderson. I'm the owner and founder of Atrium Performance. I'm a USPSA Grandmaster with multiple state titles and a recent top 15 nationals finish. Atrium Performance exists because performance under pressure is all that matters. Speed, accuracy, and consistency are the only metrics we use in shooting, and we put numbers to them using shot timers, targets with scoring zones, and scoring formulas like hit factor, so we get hard data. And you can't argue hard data. It's how you know objectively what you can or can't do. It's how you measure your progression, and it's how you create a roadmap to improve and ultimately how to train. But I think we should always be asking ourselves, why do we train shooting? And I believe the answer to that is so that we can achieve a high level of subconscious shooting skill to be able to dedicate all of our mental bandwidth to processing information, regardless of what situation or context you're in. Now we have to learn speed and accuracy in isolation, right? We have to learn how to be accurate and how to be fast in a controlled environment where we're allowed to fail forward. And once you can do those things, can you do them consistently? But I think that's only half the equation. I think the other half of the equation is, can you execute those things under pressure? And you might ask, well, why is pressure important? If you're serious about training, you're probably training for a specific thing. Whether that's competitive shooting, a defensive situation, or maybe a tactical situation if that's your job. But all those things have one thing in common, and that's pressure. High levels of pressure. And how do you know that your skills work and hold up under that pressure? Well, you have to test it. That's like training for any sport, but not actually going to the game. You have to go to the game to prove that what you've been doing in practice and training actually works. And if it doesn't work, you're gonna go back to training and you're probably gonna change some things. Now we obviously can't go putting ourselves in real defensive or tactical situations to prove that our skills work under that pressure. And that's why I think competitive shooting is the next best thing. It puts you in an environment that you did not create. You have a lot of pressure to perform from not only yourself, but also in front of a lot of other people. You have investment and stake in it, and ultimately you don't get any second chances or do-overs. What you have on tap that day is what you put up, and that's why I think it's one of the best ways to pressure test your skills. I've been shooting guns most of my life, but I didn't really start purposefully training until I got married and started carrying concealed. It was at that point that I realized how much responsibility it was to not only protect myself, but also my loved ones that were relying on me. It's a serious thing. And I realized really quick that I needed to be squared away. So I started training, but it didn't take long to see that most of the training that was out there really didn't make people better at shooting, let alone being able to do it under pressure. Then in 2020, I was introduced to the world of competitive shooting, and that changed everything for me. It changed how I viewed performance, what was possible with a gun, and really how much it pressure tested my skills. And I found that the skills that are developed from competitive shooting are actually very practical and directly translate to real world capability, which is why we call it practical shooting. Now I compete in the largest pistol and rifle matches in the country against the best shooters in the world, so I can continually pressure test my skills and techniques and ultimately be able to pass that along to my students. And that's what Atrium's about.